great night. We'll have three bands. First band is the Invited Strangers. They are a very, very good dance band. And everybody likes them. This is their third time there too.
Yeah, I've worked with them all 3 times.
Yeah. Good guys, good guys.
Oh, yeah.
They volunteer their time, and along with Steve, he'll be the second act, and he'll do, hopefully he'll do a little Jackie Wilson, which he does phenomenal, and he'll do a couple of Elvis numbers, and then of course Bobby Mackeys and his big, band will be there too.
Well, we're gonna have a great time Saturday.
Yeah, we'll have like split the pot, and we'll have donated items from restaurants, and Steve is donating a TCB thing. Are you?
This Saturday night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or did you want? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's great. That's worth coming over to look at there. And we'll get my wife, who used to do illustrations for a concert. When you go to a concert, you have a T-shirt. Well, those were hers. She's done Jerry Garcia, the Grateful Dead, Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard. They're all hers, and they're all terrific. And we'll be auctioning those off.
Super. All right, well, it's going to be another rocking Saturday night over at Bobby Mackeys in Wilder, Kentucky, as we take care of the Northern Kentucky music legends. Kind of finish up things with you gentlemen today. What else would you like to chime in with, Steve? I'm sure you and I could sit here for days.
Months.
Probably months, yeah, it's probably true, you know. Especially with you being a huge Elvis fan and myself being a huge Elvis fan, and I don't know if you listen or not, but twice a year on Elvis's birthday and on the anniversary of his passing on August 16th, which by the way is my lady Sue's birthday.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
but she wasn't born on 77.
Right.
You got out of that one good, didn't you?
But it's amazing to have met a wonderful lady, and she is a wonderful lady, right?
She's a wonderful lady.
Yes, she is. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and you'll get to meet her Saturday night. So
I'd like to hear where you both were when you heard Elvis's death news in August of.
well, I know where I was because I've talked about it many times on the air. I had just left work downtown Cincinnati and was driving up Central Parkway, and Jim LaBarbera was on 700 WLW, and he came on. He played. I remember all this just like it was just now.
Yeah, me too.
And he was playing "Suspicious Minds."
Man.
Song ends, and he said, "We've just received word that Elvis is dead."
Oh wow.
And I pulled the car over in the curb lane and stopped and sat there for a good 5 minutes in rush hour traffic, people blowing horns, yelling, screaming, everything else they could think of at me. And I just sat there. And then I drove home, and my now ex-wife, but she came out, and she said, "Did you hear?" And I said, "Yeah, I heard." And our phone, honestly, no joke, our phone rang till after midnight.
Wow.
That's a true story. I wouldn't make that up. I wouldn't make up anything on that.
Amen.
I mean, you know, yeah, amen is right.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it just, and I've always been, since I was probably 9 or 10 years old, and bought my first 45 of Elvis, you know. And I'm very fortunate to have a 78 Sun record of Elvis on That's All Right Mama in Blue Moon of Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a framed picture that I had done, you know. I'm a real music and record collector. If I told you how many records I had, you probably wouldn't believe me till you came over, but, you know.
I sold mine 2 years ago. I had thousands.
No, I got thousands and thousands and thousands, but of course, being a jock for, 33 years, you know, you collect
I've
a
been
lot
a jock
of
for 33 years too. And I was jock. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, you know. I mean, but, you know, when you're in the business that, you know, you're in and I was in for years, I mean, it becomes very, very close. Your audience, and I know you will agree with this, your audience makes or breaks whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Your energy goes out to them. If it comes back, you're just rolling high. You're running on the best adrenaline you can ever
They
find.
love Elvis so much, it's unbelievable.
That's right, that's right. I get probably every day on my social media page, I get probably 40 or more people that just post pictures. Some I've never, ever seen. Never.
Yeah, I know, there's some people in Alabama and everything that likes my post on Facebook. I don't get to advertise like I'd like to, but, yeah, there's so many fans that has Elvis in the closet, it's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I always said, when I get on stage, there's a little bit of Elvis in everybody. You
Yeah.
know, everybody will get in front of the mirror and shake around while the song's coming on or whatever. You know, he started it all.
That's right.
You know what's really sad for me, Tom, is that my good buddy DJ Fontana, that I was with so many times and had him with me, he's told me some good stories. Last June I went to his funeral, and I was the only one there, and I couldn't believe that nobody else was there that, you know, I know of the Elvis world.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people down there that played with Bill Monroe and all that down there.
Right.
They call them the big wigs, and believe me, they had their wigs on. It was funny, but they had DJ laying in the casket with those drumsticks like this, you know, crisscrossed on top of him. And he has told me so many stories, and he's just a great man. I loved him to death. I really did. I'm ashamed I never got to met Elvis. I would have been the same, infatuated with the same way,
Yeah.
you know.
Did you go to all the concerts here in town?
No, I was offered many times. I was working for Larry Flynn, is that his? But I was working at the time, and I was just offered, never got a chance. I mean, I was just working. I couldn't leave at that time, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I was at all three of them.
Were you really?
I have the ticket stubs to prove it. And
I got some too, but I wasn't there.
the last concert, second last concert that he ever gave was here in Cincinnati on June 25th, which is my birthday. And we were there that night, and we were sitting on the side of the stage as you're going
Wow.
up, you know. And I saw the limo come in, and he got out, you know, and then he come up and he did his show. And this is true. And at the end of that show, as he always did, he would go from one side of the stage to the other side of the stage, come back, open the cape if he had it, and then he would walk on over and go down the steps. But he walked over to go down them steps, and he put his arms out. And had the Memphis Mafia boys not been there, or his bodyguard, he would have went down all those steps.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, he was just exhausted. His voice never gave.
No, his voice was second to none.
Oh,
There's only one Elvis, as they say.
that's right,
Just one.
that's right.
But Tom, you know, he didn't leave in that limo, because they had a couple of pseudo limos parked at different hotels in the area.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine was paid to park his Rolls Royce limo, and that's Jim Schwartz, in front of the Vernon Manor, and there was one there. Well, when it was time to leave, all the limos came out, and he was in the car. It was a Plymouth Duster, and he had a wig on, and with his backup singers, and everybody's chasing the limos and paying no attention to this Plymouth Duster that he was in. And you could see my buddy was in back of him. You could see a song came on, one of his songs came on, and you could see him bouncing around, and it was amazing.
I got something else to tell you I think you'd be really interested in.
Sure.
My chiropractor is on 8th in Washington. Is Mark, anyway, his name's Mark. He's really good.
Right.
He's from Memphis.
All right.
And he came up here, and I think he's here around 90, 91 or something. And I needed a chiropractor, so where he's at is where I used to go to see another fellow. So I went and seen him, and he told me he's from Memphis and all that. And he said he even come down to some of the shows in Memphis that I had. And anyway, he come down and he cracked my neck and cracked my back in front of about 50 guys. They said, "Must be nice." I said, "Hey," like that. Anyway, he went down in '93. He has a 275-pound brother-in-law. At least that's what he told me. And he went down there in '93 when they inaugurated the stamp. And they had a 5-foot by 10-foot, or as close to 10 feet, anyway, of the poster. And Lisa Marie and Priscilla stood in front of it. And she had her bouncer there, and he was about 275. And so when they got done taking the pictures and everything, this is a story he told me. He said the big guy said to his brother-in-law, "Would you like to have this poster?" And he said, "Oh yeah." So he takes it and gives it to my doctor. My doctor, I bought it off of him, and I got it. But,
Super.
yeah, that's unbelievable. It's 5 foot by 10 foot
Wow.
Wow.
of the stamp.
Wow.
I had it framed. I got 6 guys watching over it.
I'm not gonna take it. Don't worry about it.
Where was Steve when he heard the news about Elvis?
Yeah, where were you at?
I was working.
Thanks, OJ.
Thank you. I was working straight into 6th Street Phil, where the nicest people or whatever they were in Bellevue. What was the name of that place? Nicest Furniture or something? Anyway, 6th Street Phil in Bellevue runs straight into this building, and right next to it is a Maristop. And on the 2nd floor, a guy named David's Jewelers was there. And
I remember that.
yeah, and we were there. I was upstairs helping him. And his wife said to me, she said, and I was sitting with another jeweler, and she said, "Hey, guess who died?" And I said, "Who?" She said, "A famous singer." And I was pounding on a ring, working on it. She said, "Guess." And I said, like I said, "Elvis." She said, "That's right, he did." I said, "Oh, you're kidding me." She said, "No." And I went, "Are you serious?" I said, "Elvis is gone?" And I'll be honest with you, like you said, it didn't bother me then. I thought about it through the night, but the next day it really bothered me. I went, "Oh my God, they want an icon, man. Oh my God."
Yeah.
So, yeah, that really bothered me, you know, because I've told the story a million times. My sister had her poodle skirt on with another girl, and I'm watching her watch Elvis in '56, and DJ Fontana is right behind Elvis. And I had khaki pants on, I had a flat top, no shirt and no shoes, and I'm goofing around doing Elvis moves behind my sister. They got so mad at me, they threw their shoes at me. I had to leave, and you're not gonna believe, I had DJ Fontana at my house. And I said, "DJ," I said, would you like a BLT or something?" He said, "Oh yeah." So I made him a BLT. He's sitting in my easy chair while we're watching television, because I had him around the time Elvis comes, you know, August and January. And here he is, right in front of him on Ed Sullivan. And I said, "DJ, there you are." He said, "Yeah, I know." He said, "Hey, can you make me another one of these BLTs?" That's the guy's honest truth. That's my wife. So I love it. I'll tell you what, just being a part of that, man, makes, like John said, you know, when you first, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, well, there's only one, like you said.
Right.
There'll never be another one.
Amen to that, man.
Yeah, never.
And his favorite singer was, oh, daggone it. I'm getting tongue-tied here. I normally don't, Roy Orbison.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was his favorite singer.
Yeah. I saw Roy Orbison live at one of the Cavalcade Custom shows back in the 70s. And when that guy sang, his mouth hardly opened.
I know.
It just came out.
Right.
He had an incredible voice. And you're right, Elvis thought the world of him. Do you know who Elvis thought, or Elvis liked the most as a tribute artist to him when he was alive? Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, you know, I think I heard that. Yeah, you just reminded me of that. That's unbelievable. Yeah, Andy, boy, for some reason, he wasn't perfect, but the way he did things, the way he moved, it's like he didn't care. And his moves came out just, everybody thinks he's great. And I thought he was great, and it really impressed the heck out of me too as well.
Yeah, and a great talent, and just a tragic loss to society in its own, you know, from being on Taxi and you know, programs that he got onto. You know, he started out as a comedian. He was off the wall. He was entirely different, you know.
That's what
Thank you
happened.
very much, you know.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you know, but he
My
was a
name is
great,
Jose Bananas or something.
but he was a great talent.
Yes, he was.
And Elvis, of all the people that were doing him at that time, you know, I mean, that was his favorite, was Andy Kaufman.
I got another story for you.
Okay.
This, I don't know, it was 60 or 61, but Bob Brown had Conway Twitty over there.
Okay.
And we were standing there on the dance floor, and he was singing, "People see us everywhere," you know.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Bob Brown was looking at his watch. He's by his little booth there. And he's looking at his watch, and we're standing between Bob Brown and Conway. And some girls are over there going, "Ah," they're going crazy. And so Bob Brown looked at his watch and he told